Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:11.739. Sunoiler posted 3:05.356 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:11.306. Alright, Sunoiler has put down a 1:11.946. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Dallara F312.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Puppy Dog from Hell's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 1:11.755. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Look at Jack M team taking it nice and easy, a smart move. Like a chess player contemplating the opening move, they're planning several steps ahead.
Spot on. They're mentally mapping each corner, each straight. It's not just about the car, it's about strategy and foresight.
There's the first flying lap for Puppy Dog from Hell, hitting 1:11.086. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
There goes Jack M team on their first dance with Blackwood 2.0 X pits. Every bend, every straight is a chance to learn, to adapt.
Yep, and it's about syncing with the car too. Making sure everything's in harmony. It's like tuning an instrument before a big concert.
With just 242 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Watch as Jack M team takes it nice and easy on this outlap. It's not just about warming up the tires, it's about getting into that mental pit lane, tuning into the race mindset.
For sure, Rob. They're calibrating everything, the brakes, the steering, the throttle response. It's a crucial part of laying down the groundwork for a successful practice session.
Sunoiler posted a 1:11.946 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? Jack M team is getting to grips with the Dallara F312 in this practice session. These practices, mate, they're like a kangaroo finding its best hop. Once you've got it, you're unstoppable.
Couldn't have put it better. Finding the perfect launch is all about repetition and adjustments.
Jack M team crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:10.779. They're getting to grips with Blackwood 2.0 X pits, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
There's Mr. Bang, gently nudging the beast as they head out. The out lap is where you whisper to the car, "Let's dance," before the real party starts.
You got that right. It's a gentle waltz before the full-on rock concert of the race. They're testing the waters, getting a feel for every bend and straight of Blackwood 2.0 X pits.
Jack M team posted 10.416 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? And off goes Mr. Bang, easing into the rhythm of Blackwood 2.0 X pits. This lap is like the first sip of your morning coffee, waking up the senses, priming the engines.
Yeah, it's about syncing up with the machine, getting that perfect harmony between driver and car. It's like a prelude to a symphony that's about to unfold on the track.
Sunwheeler has a best lap time of 10.701. Mr. Bang is out there, taking it slow and steady on the outlap. This lap is like the calm before the storm, a moment of zen before pushing the limits.
That's right, it's about understanding the track's personality today a Euro. Each day, each lap can tell a different story, especially at a track like Blackwood 2.0 X pits.
Sunwheeler has a best lap time of 10.701. You ever think about what's ticking inside a driver's noggin during these laps?
All the time. It's a mix of analyzing, strategizing, and adapting. Every corner, every straight is a puzzle, and they're trying to solve it at full speed.
Sunwheeler's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 12.939. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Mr. Bang is not hanging about, straight into the thick of it on this first flying lap. They're getting a real taste of the Dallara F312's capabilities.
Absolutely. It's about understanding the limits early on. You'll see them experimenting with braking points and turn-in speeds, all while keeping an eye on those tire temps.
Rob Keane is on the outlap, not just warming up the tyres, but also warming up their instincts, getting that racer's intuition dialed in.
True that. They're getting the feel of the track, the car, the conditions. It's all about setting the stage for what's to come.
Mr. Bang's first flyer is a solid start, clocking in at 2:57.330. They're getting a feel for the track, but there's room to shave off a few more seconds.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about finding those little tweaks, adjusting the line here, braking a tad later there. Every lap is a learning curve.
Nathan Vexler is rolling out for the first sniff of the track. It's all about feeling the car, the tarmac, and getting the mind in the zone.
Absolutely, Rob. The out lap is like the opening chapter of a book. It sets the tone for the whole story. They'll be checking how the car's responding, getting a real feel for the conditions today at Blackwood 2.0 X pits.
Puppy Dog from Hell posted a 1:19.341 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? There's the first flying lap for Mr. Bang, hitting 1:13.197. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Mate, sometimes I reckon the pit wall looks like they're controlling a spaceship with all those dials and knobs.
You're not wrong. Each of those adjustments, from brake bias to differential settings, has a profound effect on car behavior. It's like tuning a guitar, but instead of strings, you're tweaking mechanical symphonies to get the car singing just right on the track.
Mr. Bang crosses the line with their first flyer, clocking a 1:45.772. They're getting to grips with Blackwood 2.0 X pits, feeling out its quirks and corners.
It's like the first round of a chess match, Rob. They're making their opening moves, setting up for the later, faster laps where they'll really show their hand.
Alright, Sunroller has put down a 1:15.191. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Dallara F312.
For sure, Rob. It's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
Mr. Bang posted 1:45.772 on their last lap. How will they do on this one? With just 228 minutes left before we move to qualification, there is not long left for these drivers to finish their preparations. Sunwiller's first serious lap is in the books with a time of 1:10.896. Good effort, but I'm expecting them to really push the envelope in the next few laps.
Yeah, it's about building that momentum, Rob. Fine-tuning their approach with each turn, each lap, getting more out of the car and themselves.
Puppy Dog from Hell has a best lap time of 1:11.086. There's the first flying lap for Mr. Bang, hitting 1:12.853. It's a start, but they'll be looking to iron out those kinks as they get more laps under their belt.
Right on, Rob. It's early in the session, so there's plenty of time to experiment and find those extra tenths of a second.
Keen has a best lap time of 1:09.879. Let's talk rubber. Tire pressures ain't just about pumping them up and hitting the road. It's like a fine art.
Couldn't have said it better. Tire pressures can dramatically impact the contact patch, the actual bit of tire touching the tarmac. Too high and you lose temperature and grip, too low, and you risk overheating, uneven wear, even a blowout. Each tire will have its own sweet spot where they grip best.
Alright, Martin Vexler has put down a 1:11.039. It's a decent benchmark, but I reckon there's more juice to squeeze out of that Dallara F312.
For sure, Rob, it's early days. They're just starting to sync up with the track. We'll likely see those times tumble as they dial in.
The engines are revving up and the drivers are ready to hit the gas pedal for this qualifying session at Blackwood 2.0x pits. Martin Vexler is on their out lap. Smells like We has positioned themselves well in third during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. And there goes Martin Vexler, currently in position 4. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Nathan Vexler has completed their outlap. What a performance from Jack M team. They currently occupy 6th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favorable starting spot?
Great analysis, Rob. Jack M team has shown excellent pace to secure 6th. Now, the focus shifts to whether they can use their track position to their advantage in the race.
Jack M team has completed their outlap. A dominant display by Rob in this qualifying session. They have put in a stunning lap time and find themselves at the top of the leaderboard. The other drivers will have their work cut out to match their speed and claim that pole position. Rob Always Keen has completed their outlap. Mr. Bang has secured a respectable 3rd in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance?
Absolutely, Rob. Mr. Bang has shown great potential to secure 3rd. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
Impressive display by Smells Like We, currently sitting in position 5. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. Smells Like We has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left. Puppy Dog from Hell has completed their outlap. There are just over 10 minutes left in this qualification session. It's a stellar performance from Keen, clinching 1st.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure.
A solid performance from Puppy Dog from Hell as they currently hold position 8. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. Jack M team has put in a great effort and currently holds 5th. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position?
I completely agree, Rob. Jack M team has positioned themselves in.
There's a real buzz in the air as Jack M team secures 5th.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions. Every fraction of a second counts. I am sure they can find a little extra in there.
Impressive work from Nathan Vexler, who has claimed 3rd on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
You're spot on, Rob. Nathan Vexler's current position of 3rd is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals. Currently in 6th, Smells Like We has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in where Smells Like We has completed their outlap. A strong showing from Jack M team as they currently sit in 5th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. You hit the nail on the head, Rob. Jackham Team's current position of 5th is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
It's an impressive showing by Roll Postman. Current Roll Postman is really showing what they're made of, landing in 3rd during this nail-biting session.
Absolutely, Rob. It's all about precision and nerve in qualifying. Every millisecond can make a difference on the grid. Let's see if they can squeeze out even more speed.
A solid qualifying performance by Rob, positioning them in 2nd at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners. With Rob now sitting pretty in 1st, they have got to be feeling good.
True, but in the world of racing, good isn't always good enough. They've got to keep their eye on the prize and aim for perfection on every turn.
Jack M Team has secured a respectable 4th in the qualifying session. Can they capitalize on this position and use it as a launching pad for a stronger race performance? Looks like Jack M Team is making a statement, securing a spot in 4th.
Yep, Rob, but there's always room for improvement. Smooth, consistent laps might just be the key to climbing even higher before this session wraps up. It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes them slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
Incredible drive by Smells Like We so far, earning him 6th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
You're absolutely right, Rob. Smells Like We's current position of 6th reflects their strong qualifying performance. Now, they'll need to strategize and capitalize on this starting position.
Smells Like We's latest lap at 1:11.182 isn't cutting the mustard. They're sitting in 6th, which means there's a fair bit of ground to make up.
Yeah, Rob, it's a decent time, but in this game, decent won't get you to the podium. They'll need to dig deeper and find some extra pace.
There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. It's a stellar performance from Rob, clinching 1st.
They're in a great spot, Rob, but in qualifying, complacency can be your worst enemy. They need to keep pushing the limits while staying cool under pressure.
And there goes Smells Like We, currently in position 6. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result.
Spot on analysis, Rob. Smells Like We has positioned themselves well in 6th. It's now crucial for them to maintain their focus and defend their position in the upcoming race.
What a performance from Sunoiler. They currently occupy 5th on the grid. Can they maintain this strong position and secure a favourable starting spot? There's a real buzz in the air as Sunoiler secures 5th.
Right you are, Rob. They've put themselves in a solid spot, but they can't let up now. Staying smooth and focused is key to shaving off those extra fractions.
Nathan Vexler has put in a great effort and currently holds 3rd. With the session winding down, can they unleash their full potential and improve their starting position? Impressive display by Sunoiler, currently sitting in position 5. They've set a competitive time, but the question remains whether they can push even harder to secure a better starting position. A solid performance from Mr. Bang as they currently hold position 7. However, with the session coming to a close, they'll need to find that extra bit of speed if they want to move up the grid. Mr. Bang's clocking in at 2:16.572 isn't turning heads just yet. They're holding on to 7th, but with time running out, it's now or never.
They've got the skill, Rob, but they need to translate that into lap times. It's time to throw caution to the wind and go all out.
Mr. Bang has some work to do as that one, 11.442, is only good enough for 7th. Impressive work from Smells Like We, who has claimed 6th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Mr. Bang has positioned themselves well in 7th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start.
Couldn't agree more, Rob. Mr. Bang has positioned themselves impressively in 7th. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
A strong showing from Smells Like We as they currently sit in 6th. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve.
I completely agree, Rob. Smells Like We has positioned themselves impressively in 6th. However, it's crucial for them to keep pushing to potentially improve their starting position.
It's an impressive showing by Mr. Bang, currently in 7th. They've showcased their talent, but will they be able to find those crucial extra tenths of a second to climb higher? Looks like Mr. Bang needs to put the pedal to the metal. That last lap times landed them in 7th. Not where they'd want to be, especially with the session ticking away.
True, Rob. It's all about incremental gains. Every tenth of a second counts, and they've got to squeeze every bit of performance out of that Dallara F312.
Incredible drive by Smells Like We so far, earning him 6th on the grid. However, the competition is fierce. Will they be able to find that extra edge to move up?
Absolutely, Rob. Smells Like We has put in a remarkable effort to secure 6th. The competition is fierce, and they'll need to stay focused to defend their position.
Currently in 8th, Puppy Dog from Hell has displayed promising speed during the qualifying session. The real test lies in whether they can convert this performance into a higher grid position.
Absolutely, Rob. Puppy Dog from Hell has shown great potential to secure 8th. It's now a matter of channeling that momentum into a strong performance during the race.
And there goes Puppy Dog from Hell, currently in position 8. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. We're racing a little closer to home today, here in England. Blackwood 2.0 X Pits is our venue, and it's one these drivers love. Let's get ready to see how they perform here. Rob Keane is on pole.
They'll be excited at their prospects for this race.
Coming in at second, we have Roel Postma.
Roel Postma will be ready to show what they're made of.
Nathan Vexler is third.
Putting that Dallara F312 into prime position for the race.
Watch out for Jack M Team, starting from the 4th grid position in today's race.
I'm sure Jack M Team will be expecting to bring home solid points from here.
Sunoiler lines up in 5th place as the engines rev and the race begins. As the engines roar to life, Smells Like We prepares to take off from the 6th position on the starting grid. Our 7th place starter, Mr. Bang, is a driver who knows how to make up ground on the track. Puppy Dog from Hell is lining up 8th. Blimey, the race has kicked off. Some of these blokes are quicker off the mark than a Rube with a tailwind.
Right here, this is the make or break moment. Gotta have the smarts and the skills to navigate this crowd. It's like trying to change lanes on a busy freeway during rush hour.
The racing is normally closely fought here at Blackwood 2.0 X Pits. I think we are in for a cracking race. I I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Blackwood 2.0X pits, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on.
The race isn't won in the first turn, but there have been plenty that have ended there wrong.
All the drivers will be trying to take advantage of the pack whilst they're still bunched up. Well, ain't that a slice of vanilla? Jack and team's sitting pretty right where they started, comfy as a koala in a eucalyptus tree.
Like we say in North Carolina, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Maybe Jack M team is keeping their pace steady for now, waiting for the right time to make a splash.
Racing isn't always about the flash and dazzle, and Rob proves it. Smooth as silk and holding forward right where they are. Oh dear, Rob has dropped down to fourth. I reckon Rob's bumper sticker must read, "You can look, but you can't pass." Roll Postman is getting a good read of it for sure. The tension is palpable. Who will come out on top in this epic showdown? Oi, smells like weed. Got a mirror? Cos puppy dog from hell's closer than my unpaid pub tabs. Whoa there, puppy dog from hell is sticking to smells like we like blue. You reckon smells like we's feeling the pressure? Cos I sure would.
If things go wrong between Puppy Dog from Hell and Smells Like Weed, they could be exchanging more than just paint, like maybe a strongly worded post-race chat.
There's not much to report on from Puppy Dog from Hell at the moment. They're just keeping their head down and putting in consistent laps. It's tighter than a wallaby in a pouch out there.
I'll try and translate this, and on this side of the pond, it's closer than a hot dog in a bun.
Stone the crows. Smells like we's on fire, surging ahead like there's a free round at the pub waiting. Hello, fourth.
Y'all ever see a hot rod at a country fair? Smells Like We's giving me those vibes right now with that Ascent.
Mate, are they sorry to interrupt here, but oof, Rob misjudged that corner like I misjudged my last relationship. Too fast, too soon. This is where the race gets really interesting. Smells Like Weed is closing in on Nart and Vexler.
Each roar of the engine, each squeal of the tire is a chapter in this epic duel. Who'll pen the perfect ending?
Gee whiz, Rob Keane is breathing down Roll Postman's neck. Wouldn't want to be in Roll Postman's rearview mirror right now, it's getting crowded. Rob could be on a charge here. Hell, they have just put in a quicker lap than Roll Postman. Hold on to your seats. Smells like we's turning the heat up on Nart and Vexler, closing in for the kill. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
Wow, Mr. Bang is really pushing hard to catch up to Puppy Dog from Hell. There's blood in the water for 5th place. The action is non-stop as Rob shadows Roll Postman through every twist and turn, determined to claim 7th. Blimey, Mr. Bang's more eager to catch Puppy Dog from hell than a bloke at the bar at last call. Hope he's got the stamina for this chase. Stone the crows, Mr. Bangs managed to trim that gap with Puppy Dog from hell, eh? Must be the slipstream effect on this straight. Or maybe they've put down that beer.
With every lap, I can see Mr. Bang making micro adjustments on that steering wheel, refining traction control. They're itching to show Puppy Dog from hell their taillights.
As the race settles down, the drivers are really going at it.
It's like watching a high-speed game of chess. One wrong move and it could be game over. But these drivers are masters of their craft, always thinking 3 steps ahead.
That's right, and with the way they're maneuvering those cars, it's like they have superpowers.
It's almost like they have the power of flight. But instead of flying, they're speeding down the track like rockets.
I wonder if they have any spare rocket boosters for sale. Well, butter my bread and call it a sandwich. Martin Vexler's not letting Smells Like We have all the fairy bread at this party. Watch out, Smells Like We, he's coming for your Tim Tams, mate. Alright, lads and ladies, it's crunch time. Rob Always Keen is sniffing around Roll Postma like a dog with a bone. And it looks like they might just take a bite out of 6th. Looks like Rob remembered to twist that anti-roll bar, giving him better cornering. If they get any closer to Roll Postma, they'll be seeing what they had for brekkie.
Well, butter my butt and call me a biscuit. Rob's using that draft from Roel Postma real effectively, shaving off tenths every lap.
Bloody hell, Rob's tearing up the tarmac and just snatched 6th. Makes you want to crack a cold one in celebration.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Keen's charging like a bull in a china shop. Welcome to 6th, cowboy.
Looks like Martin Vexler is chasing Smells Like We harder than a croc chasing a tourist who's lost their thongs. It's a bit of a long shot, but we all remember that one time at the pub, right?
Y'all remember the tortoise and the hare? Well, Nathan Vexler's neither. More like a snail with commitment issues.
Good news for Martin Vexler, the gap to Smells Like We has decreased. It's now down to 0.9 seconds. The gap between Rob Always Keen and Mr. Bang is razor thin as they vie for 5th in this nail-biting contest. Superb driving from Rob, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
You can't argue with results like that. Rob is really making their mark on this race.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
If Roel Postma gets any closer, they might as well ask Mr. Bang for a piggyback ride.
A brilliant maneuver from Roll Postma, who has just moved up the field.
That's what we like to see. Roel Postma is really showing their class today.
Alright, hold your horses. Mr. Bang is really putting the heat on Roll Postma. If I were Roll Postma, I'd be checking those mirrors non-stop. Things are looking as crook as Rookwood for Mr. Bang, lagging behind Roll Postma and the gap stretching out like a long country road. They'll need to find some extra grunt to flip this situation. Remember when Martin Vexler was on the pace? Neither do I kinda like my recollection of last Friday night. Tell ya what, Martin Vexler is trailing like my mate Dave after a bender. Hope there's no random testing today. Mr. Bang is placed 7th at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Puppy Dog from Hell, who is 1.8 seconds behind.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Mr. Bang's driving like they've stolen it, putting some serious distance between themselves and Puppy Dog from Hell. Is there anything left in Puppy Dog from Hell's tank? The strategy plays such a crucial role, doesn't it? Choosing when to pit, what tyre compound to use. It's like a high-speed chess game out there.
Exactly, and to think they're making these decisions on the fly, with so many variables at play. It's a mix of intuition, experience, and sheer guts. Kudos to the team's strategists and drivers alike.
Not just about the leaders today, right? Even the tailenders. They're like hungry dingo pups fighting over a bone. Love the spirit.
Spot on. Every second is gold, and even a hiccup, a tiny one, can make them tumble. Assetto Corsa friends, where the magic happens. Although, between us, what's a hiccup for an AI?
The gap between Jack M Team and Smells Like We may be wide, but that doesn't mean Jack M Team is safe. They have to keep their concentration and avoid any lapses in performance. The gap might be more than a second, but Smells Like We is showing persistence. Kind of like me trying to open a pickle jar. Keep it and something's got to give. Oi, Smells Like We's hotter than a summer Barbie right now. Wonder if Jack M Team's feeling a bit exposed? This chase is as intense as a cricket match during the Ashes.
Cricket? I thought that was just a noisy bug. But seriously, it's like Game 7 of the World Series here. There's a razor-thin line between glory and disaster, and both drivers are dancing right on it.
Gee whiz, Rob's getting some solid torque out of those corners. They must have figured out the perfect throttle control while trail braking.
Just what Rob needed, like sweet tea on a hot day. Can't let Nathan Vexler out of sight for too long.
Smells Like We is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a tightrope between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely. It's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. Dang, Smells Like We's chasing Jack M Team like a Southern belle after a gentleman with a fat wallet. This is racier than a late-night movie marathon.
It's hotter out there than an Aussie summer day, mate. Reckon Martin Vexler can catch some shade behind Rob Keane? F.
Shade? Here, we call that drafting. Let's see if they can stay cool and make a move. If not, there's always the AC in the pit.
Oh, the chase is on. Smells Like We's breathing down the neck of Jack M Team.
I think they are going to take them.
Smells Like We is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Jack M Team to 0.7 seconds.
This is where the race gets really exciting. Both drivers will be pushing to the limit to gain the advantage.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Puppy Dog from Hell is right on the heels of Mr. Bang, and we're in for a wild ride. Mate, I've heard the drivers talking about their car setups. It sounds more complicated than assembling an IKEA bookshelf.
You're not wrong. Back home, we just say it's like trying to line dance on a slippery floor. Takes a lot of tweaks and twists to get it right.
You know, it's like watching a Kelpie herd sheep. Smells like wheeze making sure Keen stays right where they want them. No room for a sneaky pass here. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Rob Keane is proper nipping at Smells Like Wee's heels. Are they thinking of making a lunge? Only time will tell.
Rob Always Keen is following Smells Like Wee so closely, they could start charging them rent for occupying the same space on the track.
Fair dinkum, Keane is getting a wriggle on. The gap to Smells Like Wee is now down to a whisker at 0.1 seconds.
Exactly what Keen needed. They can't afford to lose any more ground to Smells Like Wee.
And Rob Always Keen has just won the place from Smells Like Wee. The race is heating up as Puppy Dog from Hell in 8th closes in on Mr. Bang. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. Buckle up, Smells Like Wee is all over Rob like a cheap suit. Are we about to see some wheel-to-wheel action?
It's a thrilling battle for position as these two drivers give it their all. Who will come out on top? This is racing at its finest.
Smells Like Wee is trying their best, but can't seem to find the pace to keep up with Rob at the moment. Phew, talk about foreplay. Keen and Jack M team are really teasing us here. I haven't seen this much anticipation since my first date.
The gap between them is just over 0.8 seconds. Who will have the speed and skill to come out on top?
The adrenaline is pumping as Puppy Dog from Hell gets within striking distance of Mr. Bang in their race for 7th. What a move. Rob has moved up to 2nd.
Well, slap my knee and call it a jamboree. Keen's putting on a masterclass, storming into 2nd.
We got a close battle as Puppy Dog from Hell closes in on Mr. Bang. The crowd is on tenterhooks as Smells Like Wee in 4th chases after Jack M team. The gap is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Can Smells Like Wee find a way to catch up?
I've seen funeral processions move faster than Smells Like Wee right now. Come to think of it, at least they've got a destination in mind.
The intensity is off the charts as Puppy Dog from Hell hounds Mr. Bang, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Puppy Dog from Hell must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
Wow, Sunoiler is really pushing hard in these final moments of the race. The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Sunoiler. What a drive from Rob, securing a great 2nd place finish. Well done to Jack M team for securing 3rd place on the podium. Followed by Smells Like Wee, Nathan Vexler, and Roll Postma in 4th, 5th, and 6th. With Mr. Bang in 7th. Puppy Dog from Hell brings home 8th. It's a beautiful day here in England, and the drivers are itching to get out on the track at Blackwood 2.0x pits.
You can feel the excitement building in the air. This is going to be a great race, and I'm looking forward to seeing the drivers push themselves to the limit on this challenging track.
Starting from pole position is a great opportunity for Puppy Dog from Hell to take control of the race. Clarion call to action has been sounded, and our heroes and heroines face the opening gauntlet. With cars in such intimate proximity, the ever-present risk of a calamitous twist beckons.
It's hotter than a July afternoon out there. One false move, and you're gonna feel the burn. These drivers, they gotta play it cooler than a cucumber in a bowl of hot sauce.
There's some intense battling throughout the field as everyone is looking to get off to a good start. So Mr. Bangs decided to play it cool, eh? Holding onto two like a croc with a juicy steak. Just sizing up the competition, I reckon.
It's always intense racing here at Blackwood 2.0x pits. Hold on to your hats, folks.
These early salvos will shape the outcome of this race.
I'm really looking forward to seeing how this race unfolds.
The gap between Smells Like Wee and Puppy Dog from Hell is fading faster than the last rays of the outback sun.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
It's a dynamic landscape out there. Smells Like Wee's shift to 6th is testament to that.
Well, butter my biscuit. A bit of a hiccup for Smells Like Wee, but they've got the grit to climb back up.
It's a game of inches now as Smells Like Wee tails Puppy Dog from Hell closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake.
If Smells Like Wee pushes too hard, they might find themselves exploring the scenic route, and nobody's got time for sightseeing during a race.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Puppy Dog from Hell must be laser focused on Jackante's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
This is where legends are made. Which driver will rise to the occasion and claim victory? It's a challenging situation for Mr. Bang. They're sandwiched between their fierce competitors, Renopa 99 0.1 seconds away and Keen 0.2 seconds ahead. They'll need to stay sharp and find an opportunity to make a move.
Spot on analysis, Rob. The gaps to the cars ahead and behind are like a double-edged sword for Mr. Bang. They can use the gaps to their advantage, but they also need to be aware of the threats from both directions.
If racing were a dance, Nart and Vexler would be trying to lead, but Roll Postma just keeps cutting in. The dance for braking update. Well, if it isn't Rob Keane, the wild wallaby of the track, hopping right off the tarmac.
Well, butter my biscuit. Rob just did the hokey pokey right in the middle of the race.
Oh, this is getting intense. Smells Like Weed is just a few car lengths behind Sunweiler. It's a thrilling pursuit as Keen is right behind Smells Like Weed, keeping the pressure on for 6th place.
It's going to be a close one. Rob will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
Rob's playing hard to get paid. If they drop the pace anymore, they'll be in reverse. But crikey, Smells Like Weed's just raring to go. Blimey, Rob's shifted gears and the results are clear, cruising up to 6th just like that.
It's like Rob, always keen, had an extra shot at espresso or something, jetting up to 6th.
Hold on to your hats. Sunweiler is gunning for Puppy Dog from Hell. Reckon we might see some cheeky moves on the next bend?
It's a battle for position as Sunweiler tries to make a move on Puppy Dog from Hell. This is what racing is all about.
It's pedal to the metal for Sunweiler, while Puppy Dog from Hell's still flipping through the radio channels. It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tire barrier cone, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
No room for error here. Puppy Dog from Hell is breathing down the neck of Rob, waiting for the perfect chance to make their move.
This is what separates the good from the great, the ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
Oh, this is getting intense. Smells Like Weed is just behind Puppy Dog from Hell. Looks like Narton Vexler is pushing hard to catch up to Roll Postma. The gap is over a second, but Narton Vexler is not giving up just yet. Can they close the distance and make a move on Roll Postma? Whoops, Roll Postma's taken more spins than a dead or alive record. The pursuit is on. Puppy Dog from Hell is closing the gap on Smells Like Weed, determined to claim P6.
This ain't a trap, it's a coliseum, and the gladiators are putting on one hell of a show.
I tell you what, Puppy Dog from Hell has got more problems than a maths book right now. Smells Like Weed is leaving them in a cloud of dust. This is a thrilling battle as Rob edges closer to Sunweiler in their fight for P4. The gap between Keen and Sunweiler is getting smaller.
The way Rob's conserving their energy while managing the ERS deployment? Pure artistry. They're sneaking up on Sunweiler like a quiet storm.
Looks like Sunweiler's car has turned into a mobile, no vacancy sign, and Keen is looking for a room. You won't find cheap rent here, mate. Rob Keen is gaining on Sunweiler quicker than a croc on a wallaby. It's a blink and you'll miss it situation with 0.4 seconds separating them.
Rob Keen is hot on Sunweiler's trail like a Carolina Reaper. This is shaping up to be a nail-biter, folks.
A setback for Sunweiler, who has just been passed. Looks like Jack M Team is trying to chase down Rob Keen, but right now it feels a bit like my attempts at dieting. A lot of hard work with slow results. Jack M team's falling behind Keen at a rate of knots. They're going to need some serious pedal power to close that gap. Blimey, Sunoiler is farther back than my hairline. But you know what they say about Aussies? Never say die. Unless it's a spider. Then just run. Tyre degradation's a right pain in the arse, but Sunoiler's handling it like a champ. Getting real up close and personal with Jack M team, aren't they? It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Mr. Bang, who is currently in P8. But Puppy Dog from Hell is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Mr. Bang. Hang on to your cork hats, mates. We're about to see more jousting than a footy final between Mr. Bang and Puppy Dog from Hell.
This here's where the steel meets the pavement. Both drivers got to keep their cool if they're looking to take the checkered flag.
Blimey, the talent on the track today is like watching kangaroos on steroids.
Yeah, and just like those kangaroos, these drivers can really hop into action. You reckon they've got a pocket full of secrets?
The chase music's playing in Mr. Bang's head as they reel in Puppy Dog from Hell, moment by nail-biting moment.
As we say in North Carolina, if the porch light's on, someone's home. And Mr. Bang's making it known. He's right there, waiting to make his move on Puppy Dog from Hell. Mr. Bang's giving it a red-hot go, but can't seem to muster the pace to keep up with Puppy Dog from Hell. It's like chasing a roo on a motorbike. With steely determination and laser focus, Sunoiler is homing in on Jack M team. The battle lines are drawn. It's hotter than a jalapeno out here. If Sunoiler gets any closer to Jack M team, we're gonna need to put this stream on OnlyFans. Sunoiler's creeping up on Jack M team like a dingo on a picnic. Must have tweaked that brake bias a touch to the rear. You know, Hal, I've always wondered, how do racing drivers stay so cool and collected under such immense pressure? Well, Rob, it comes down to mental strength and training. Drivers often work with sports psychologists and practice techniques like meditation and visualization to help them stay calm and focused during high-pressure situations. In a race where seconds count, Mr. Bang is counting on less of them between themselves and Puppy Dog from Hell. Much like I'm counting on less seconds until lunchtime. Bugger me, Mr. Bang's got their thongs stuck in the mud. Meanwhile, Puppy Dog from Hell is off like a bucket of prawns in the sun. Hot dog. Mr. Bang's gotta pick up their boots and scoot. Puppy Dog from Hell's in the fast lane, probably whistling Dixie. Hollywood couldn't script this better. Sunoiler's shadowing Jack M team, waiting for the slightest misstep. It's like watching a hawk circling its prey, waiting for the right moment to swoop. This is what it's all about, folks. Mr. Bang is in hot pursuit of Puppy Dog from Hell, who's just trying to stay ahead. With the way Mr. Bang is stalking Puppy Dog from Hell, you'd think they're trying to figure out what they had for breakfast this morning. It's a close race between Puppy Dog from Hell and Mr. Bang in 7th. Now, this is a challenging position for Puppy Dog from Hell. Stuck between a rock and a hard place, with Renault 99 closing in 0.1 seconds behind and Mr. Bang just ahead with a gap of 0.2 seconds.
Hold on to your stubbies. Jack M team is closing in on Sunoiler like a bachelor at the end of a bucks night. Hope Sunoiler either brought some lube or protection. Jack M team's on the back foot here, struggling to keep up with Sunoiler like a dingo after a roadrunner. Well, ain't this a ding-dong battle? Sunoiler is sorry to cut in here. Now I may be wrong here, but I'm not sure that's the racing line.
I reckon Sunoiler thought they were panning for gold off the track there. Sorry, buddy, that's not how you strike it rich.
It's like watching a cheetah chase its prey. Rob's got roll postma in their crosshairs.
They say pressure makes diamonds. Well, Rob's shining bright, closing in with every heartbeat.
It seems like Rob is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace. Oof, if Mr. Bang was a kangaroo, they'd be roadkill by now. Come on, mate, put some pep in that step.
Dang, Mr. Bang is so far back, he might start seeing last week's race. But hey, in racing, as in love, persistence is key. Right, y'all?
Stroof, Mr. Bang's not here to muck about. The gap to Puppy Dog from hell is dropping faster than a hot pie at the footy. Now hold that thought, hold the phone. Looks like Mr. Bang tried the old dingo stole my race line trick. A tad too clever by half.
Mr. Bang is not going to be happy about that.
Rob is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.86 seconds down. Alright, I've got to ask, ever tried Vegemite?
Tried it once. Reminded me of NASCAR rubber mixed with axle grease.
Sorry to cut in here. Great driving from Rob Always Keen, who has just gained a place and moved up to second. Watching Smells Like We try to close that gap on Jack M team is like watching someone try to catch an ice cream truck on foot. Hope they've got good shoes. Well, I'd raise a toast to that move. Cheers to Roll Postma for nabbing second. King wants to close that gap with Roll Postma.
They need to keep it on the black stuff. You don't get points for driving over weeds, not in this game.
The drivers are really pushing their limits out there on the track.
It's like they're trying to outrun the laws of physics. But we all know that's impossible. Or is it? I mean, we're a couple of AI commenting on a race. Anything can happen.
Ha ha, you have a point there. And speaking of pushing limits, these cars are breaking records left and right.
They're so fast, it's like they're breaking the sound barrier. Or at least the speed limit.
I hope the police aren't watching. Smells Like We is giving it their all as they chase down Jack M team in P4.
It's a dance of titans, a symphony of engines, and Smells Like We's tempo is rising.
Someone's revved up after lunch. Rob Keen's blitzed ahead, claiming second. The evolution of these cars over the years is nothing short of breaking news, folks. Stone the Crows. Rob's pulled a sneaky, landing at third. Always a surprise with them. Things are getting spicy as Smells Like We is breathing down Jack M team's neck. The gap? Mate, you couldn't slide a credit card between them.
This battle between Smells Like We and Jack M team is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
It looks like Rob Always Keen is making a move. The gap to Roll Postma is now down to 0.1 seconds.
Dang, Rob's fuel strategy and conservation of those brakes is spot on. They're inching closer to Roel Postma like a hound and a hot dog.
Someone should tell Roll Postman this ain't a Sunday drive. Keen's tearing up the track.
Talk about turbocharged ambition. Keen's got the afterburners on full blast today.
Things are heating up as Smells Like We closes in on Jack M team. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. I reckon they've had a few secret lessons down under. Smells Like We's just breezed into fourth. With all these modern racing aids, I sometimes wonder, would the legends of the past, the real trailblazers of the sport, have had it easier or tougher today?
That's a debate for the ages, Rob. The tracks might have evolved, the cars definitely have, but the heart of racing? That's eternal.
Smells Like We is in fourth, and is being closely chased by Jack M team, who is just 0.3 seconds behind. It's a battle of wills out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. It's not going to plan for Jack M team. They are still behind Smells Like We and the gap is increasing. I don't think they have an answer for this right now. Oh mate, Rob's more out of place than a vegan at a Bunnings sausage sizzle. Time to throw another gear on the Barbie.
Yeehaw. It's like Rob took a detour through the drive-thru. With a gap that big, I hope they ordered extra determination with a side of grit.
It's like Nathan Vexler has saved all their energy for this final stretch. And there it is, Nathan Vexler has completed the race in first place, setting a blistering pace that none of the other drivers could match. Impressive second place finish for Keen. What a race from Roll Postman, showing their skill and determination for a great third place finish.
Fantastic result.
Fourth and fifth is Smells Like We and Jack M team. In sixth, it's Puppy Dog from Hell. Mr. Bang claims seventh. Sunoiler end in eighth.